Hey friends, welcome to another video. Ache Unifo Brandon here. Today's video is a very important video because we are going to be talking about 3 most important concepts every single person out there needs to understand and start to implement it in their finances if they want to secure a successful financial future for themselves and their families. Because this is the thing with the world today. You see a lot of people, they have amazing jobs, they have businesses that brings in a lot of money. But at the end of the day, they are either very poor or still very broke. It's not like they want to be that way, but it's because they lack proper knowledge of the 3 things I'm going to be mentioning in this video. Talking out of experience, I was a very messy person when it comes to managing my finances. I was not making a lot of money, but I was making some amount of money. At the end of each year, when I go through my bank account and I try to calculate how much money have passed into my bank account, then when I try to check how much I have saved out of that money, I realize most of the times there is little to nothing in my savings account. But from the moment I understood these 3 things and started implementing it in my life, the results are not massive, but I can say there's a change and it's a gradual process. That's why I decided to share this knowledge with you today so that every person out there can also learn and give a boost to their financial future. And the last one is the most important one. So if you don't want to be poor or let's say be broke at the end of the day, make sure you hang tight to the end of this video because this is really going to bring a massive change into your life. If this is your first time here, our goal is to educate, to motivate and inspire people to do the things that inspire them. So if you are interested in any of these things, kindly smash that subscribe button because those things are really going to help me hack the YouTube algorithm. My goal for this month is to get up to 300 subscribers. I can only count on you to help me do that. Without talking so much, let's jump straight into the video. The first concept on my list is financial education. Now, a lot of us want to make money, but a lot of people out there see money as just some bills. They see money like a paper bill, but they fail to understand that there is a lot of things to understand. There is a lot of education to be carried out as far as money is concerned. And with the lack of financial education, I repeat, with the lack of financial education, it is going to be very difficult for you to be able to invest and grow your money. Now, let's take for instance somebody that has a proper financial education and the person that lacks a proper financial education. Let's say you give 2 people a $100 bill. A person who is financially educated thinks more about growing that money, and a person that is less educated thinks about spending that money. For instance, the person with proper financial education might think, if I take this $100, maybe I buy 2 female goats, and by the end of this year, this female goat will give birth to children, and instead of having 1 goat, I'm going to have 3 goats, which is equivalent to $300 at the end of the day. The person that lacks proper financial education will take that money, maybe spend it to buy a Gucci bag, a nice shoe or a watch for themselves. And if you go back to check these 2 people in the next 5 years to come, the person that invested the money on something will start making some profit, while the person that spent the money on some kind of something will have no profit but will be broke. So it is extremely important that every single person out there should take out some time to educate themselves financially, know how money works, know how interest rate work, know if I invest my money here, how long is it going to take for this money to multiply. This might seem like just some kind of petty things, but trust me, it is very important for your financial success. The second thing on my list is the lack of financial planning. Now, I always say this. Let's take for instance, if you want to build a mansion, you have to come out with a plan before even start buying the materials. Once you get the materials, this is what you want to do. This is the plan I have. And based on your plan, it is going to be easy for you to estimate how much material you are going to need in order for you to carry out your construction. And this is the same thing when it comes to your finances. If you don't have a financial plan for your money, that money is going to be wasted for things that are not important at all. Now, everybody out there wants to be a millionaire someday, but I want to give you this challenge. Ask yourself, if somebody gives you $1 million today, what are you going to do with that money? And if you cannot have an instinctive thought on what you want to do with that money, it means you lack a financial plan for your life. And if somebody happens to give you this money, you are more likely to squander that money rather than investing that money. This does not mean you are stupid. This does not mean you are a dumb person, but it just means you lack a financial plan. If you have a job, if you have a business, anything that brings you an income, if you don't have plan for that money, you are going to waste that money. You have to be able to know how much you're going to put in your savings account, how much you're going to be spending for bills, how much you're going to be spending for food. Everything has to be in detail so that once this money gets into your account, you are following a plan, you have scheduled, and you are working based on that plan, not on impulsive spending. Because without a plan, you tend to spend money impulsively. Money will get into your account because you don't really have something to do with that money. You will start looking for things to spend that money on. And most of the time, the things you always find are things that will never be beneficiary to you in the future. So please, this is very important. Have a financial plan for your money. The third thing on my list is financial discipline. This is the most important one. You can educate yourself as much as you want. You can have the in and out of investment, where to invest your money, where to get the best interest rate. You can have all the education. You can have a proper planning. You can have a proper structure on how to manage your money. If you lack the financial discipline, everything is going to be a waste. When I talk about financial discipline, I'm talking about that urge to maintain, to follow that rule you've set for yourself. If your goal is to put in 30% of your income into a savings account for investment purposes, make sure each time you get your salary or wherever your money is coming from, take off that 30% and put it in that account for investment. If your goal is not to spend money on lavish things, then you have to be disciplined enough to spend your weekends at home, even when all your friends are going out for partying, to a nightclub, having fun and spending your money. You have to be disciplined. Now, this thing it's not easy at all. It's extremely difficult, talking out of experience. I am not 100% disciplined when it comes to finances. I still lavish money. I still spend money on things I don't want to spend money on, because I'm a human, I'm not perfect. But it should not be something that you do majority of the time. It should be something that even if you have this impulsive spending, it should just be something that you do 20% of the time, not a habit where you have this impulsive spending 80% of the time and you are disciplined 20% of the time. It's not going to work. You're not going to succeed. So please, maintain a financial discipline, because it is very important for you to secure a successful financial future. Now, for watching this video up to this point, I'm going to give you a bonus, which is the fourth thing a lot of people neglect when it comes to their finances. It is having a financial record, tracking your finances. Now, I think you've often heard this: you cannot solve a problem if you don't know the solution to that problem. If you are making a lot of money and at the end of the year, you look into your account, you realize you have made some money, but you have barely saved some money, and you don't know where you have been spending your money on, it's really going to be very, very difficult for you to tackle that problem. But if you are that kind of a person that tracks your finances, you have a financial record of the things you are spending on. Each time you buy food, you put in your record. Each time you buy groceries, each time you go out to party, each time anything you buy, you have to be able to put it in your financial record. And at the end of every year, you go through that record. That's only when you realize the things you have been spending money on that are not important. And you can easily take out some of these things out of your finances, and you realize you'll be saving some amount of money in a year. From the time I knew this, I was still in my home country, Cameroon, and I tried to track my finances for 6 months, and I realized I was spending a lot of money on internet. A lot of money. The money I was making, about 35% of that money was spent only on internet. But just because I was able to track my finances, it was easy for me to pick out this problem and solve it easily. So please, these things are difficult, but just try to do it, because if you really have the desire to secure a successful financial future for yourself and family, then these are the things you need to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you found this information helpful. If that was the case, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video, and also share this video so that other people can watch, learn and implement this into their finances. And if you are looking forward to learn a skill, then don't forget to watch the video here or here where I talk about some of the highly demanded skills in 2023. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.